do an intro a little bit. Now the question is, will this auto start? Because it did before. Last time it actually auto started. But I think I have to hit auto find and activate. I don't think I've given it the ability to go and find the YouTube, but auto find and activate. No new streams. It just started. It just started. Try again. What do you mean? What do you mean? They'll take a minute or two. It has to propagate through the internet, which is a series of, we've all heard that before. Auto find. You son of a bit. Where is my stream? Auto find. Damn it. All right, let's put it away. Put it away for now. What's that? The new version available? Oh, look at that. Download new version here. I mean, maybe I should, but Notepad++ was just hacked in such a way. I think. Okay, yeah, it just hasn't been able to, there it goes. Oh my God. Those fart noises are triggered by YouTube, or sorry, Twitch channel points. I still have not cracked the YouTube API and getting that running on my Node-RED flows. Once I do that, I could give YouTubers ability to do things, but there aren't enough of you. There's like four viewers and they don't view all at the same time. So yeah, so I put all this down into writing. I have my different stocks all marked out. Yeah, the Twitch API does not have like a ticket system, whereas YouTube does, where you have to spend points in order to do stuff. So even just monitoring YouTube chat is like weird. I don't know how Social Stream Ninja does it. I don't know how they're doing it. Because it, like, you know, it exists publicly, the YouTube stream, but it also changes its like URL every time. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. That's generally true of pretty much everything I do, but yeah, and then at some point we're gonna have to 3D scan these guys, the stocks themselves, and we're gonna have to 3D scan the wheel, and I'll have to make all the interstitial fluid. Why are we having an idea? I have no idea how the YouTube API works. I haven't dealt with it. I don't care to. Never will. Well, yeah, that's one way to do it. Is just never deal. But the YouTube API apparently, yeah, when you check for chat messages and stuff like that, you have to spend tokens so that you don't use too many in a day. For the volume of chat messages that I deal with, it probably wouldn't be a thing, right? Probably wouldn't be a thing. I'd be fine with spending all those tokens, but for slightly more popularity, like if Uwo raids or if Rabaz raids, that would quickly boil down the amount of API ticks that I get. So I don't know if I'd be able to do that quite the way that I want to. Because I really, like, if I can pull it into Node-RED, it is trivial for me to give interaction. Which is why I love Node-RED so much. Which is why we're working on this, because this will eventually become a thing that will communicate to our CAN bus that will be able to pull into Node-RED. I'm hoping if I can pull everybody into Node-RED, I can have all of my buttons on one side, all of my HID outputs on the other, and then a rat's nest in between them that will determine how those flows go. And then I go, oh wait, that's a selector that's constantly selected, but the game wants it only to be a button that gets pressed once. So we just put something in the flow to reject similar packets going out, or something like that. And boom, there's your change in interaction, right? That's what Node-RED can enable us to do. But Node-RED is Java, and it's running on Raspberry Pi, which might mean that it slows things down significantly. I don't want it to have it where it would be like you press the button and then a couple seconds later the button presses. That would be unacceptable. So having the high volume of controls and seeing them activate in real time is going to be something that I want to do soon. This is a bit of a diversion. The stock stuff is a bit of a diversion, but today I just want to take it easy, and we won't be banging our heads against, CAN bus. We'll instead be piling together a bunch of functionality into one thing. Have you done any CUDA programming? I don't know whether that's a language or if you just cursed me. No, I haven't touched that. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I don't like it. I have a feeling this thing is... I have a feeling this button is digital, even though it's just two buttons. I kind of want to take it apart. You guys want to take this apart? We'll get the music out of here. We'll get the start soon and all that out of here, and we'll just start. I'm feeling crummy enough. I've got a little bit of a headache. Speedy House, go away. Go away. You're gone. Also, it's only been 30 minutes of an intro. We'll get that out of there. CUDA's GPU programming. Okay, and CUDA being the cores available in NVIDIA GPUs. Yikes. I have not touched any GPU programming before. The GPU stuff that I wanted to do involves OpenGL on the Raspberry Pi. I have not gotten around to actually coding for that, but OpenGL on the Raspberry Pi would allow me to run what's called, Project M, which is the remnants of Milkdrop. Milkdrop was a visualization engine for Winamp, which really kicks the llama's ass. It's some really good like visual things. And then with the Raspberry Pi, I was going to then put it onto these cheapo LED screens. Because if you do like a Milkdrop visualizer on LEDs that are spaced out, actually it retains a lot of the cool interactions and stuff. So if you have something that's like distinct colors, like white on red or something, you can actually have some really, really good looking visuals on a spaced out LED screen, which I've done before, but I have not done the OpenGL stuff. What's up, Uncle? How you doing? If names like Unk are in the chat, that means that Rabaz has not gone live today, huh? Just trying to get into this thing. I just want to see it. I just want to shake its hand. This is all kinds of messed up. My brother did not know how to get this stuff out of his car. That's becoming more evident. It looks like, okay, so we got, it's hard for you guys to see because black plastic is actually fairly hard to get on camera. This has been a constant problem with the cameras auto-adjusting themselves and stuff. Robert has forsaken us. Yeah, it's the only reason I have viewers today, right? First time chatter, and it's about Robert. If anybody uses JA8 call, what? Oh, is that one of those hacker things? Yeah, so black plastic is notoriously difficult for me to video, and most of these cars are made out of it. Here, if I can get focus on it. We got two tabs that are external on the front. One of them is probably going to break as I try to take this thing out, and then the other one is embedded in there. It's like super windy. I wanted to show the thermal image, but yeah, I don't know what that is. I recently got addicted to Satisfactory, and I'm so mad I did not get it when you were playing it on stream. I had so many good moments that are just lost from those streams just because of copyright claims. I used the desert music from Dune because our big base, the one my friend and I built, was in the desert, which is a fairly accessible location. But man, that joke was funny, and I'm tired of pretending it wasn't. But YouTube was like, you're trying to rebroadcast Dune, and that's illegal. I'm like, I guess jokes are dead. Fair use is just dead. It became a robot. All right, so there we go. We're all snapped out. Huh. So it's some infernal tilt that goes into the rubbly buttons that you have in like game controllers, but it's interesting. Jokes were outlawed in 2020. Oh man, I did not get that memo. I really should have studied harder. And then there's two light pipes over there. So there's two surface mount. Oh no, they've got like a whole, they've got a whole thing here to aim the light properly and not have it bleed over into the other illuminations. So that's what that whole gasket is all about. The rubbly thing there, multicolor LED. Maybe just a single color LED. It's just broadcasting it. And those are multicolor. That could be a light sensor. Let's take a closer look. Take a closer look. That is LED. It looks like it's one singular color. Those, I don't know. I don't think they're sensing lights from the front of this thing. Oh no, because there's like, yeah, there's like an activated indicator, and then there's backlighting. So the backlighting would probably be managed by the big boy, and then those two are the indicator lights. that feed up through the whole complex. Sharper than a needle. I've had Apollo 440 stuck in my head all day since we played the music at first. Yeah, you're not sensing light levels in the car from here. It'd be a different panel. YouTube chat test. It worked. It worked. I read it on my thing. And you get your own special boy logo for YouTube. Donk. So the big guy is backlighting. I don't think Auto H gets backlight, even though it does have the milky stuff. Huh. Where's my laser? Usually, shining a laser in these things usually illuminates. Yeah. 2 buttons with lights in them and all that engineering. Yep. The green LED, or the green laser pointer. I don't know what happened to it. Huh. Wow, I smell. Okay. Just do a regular low intensity LED light. That's just going to light up everybody. But yeah, see the big one over here is for illuminating. And then this one has 2 openings, and I don't know which one does what. Looks like just general light getting in there, yeah. Well, we definitely know our Auto H has been activated. I like the laser because I can very specifically shine it on a very specific hole. That one's for the indicator, and then this one's for the backlight. So there's like... Okay, there's the back. Why do they use all of these different LEDs? What is the purpose of having all these different LEDs? Yeah, the Auto H blinds you. Why different? Why different? Why not same? What are they? Hold on. Let's do LED mode. LED mode. Clip it over. Let's just see what this thing does. Yeah, I have a feeling this thing probably is digital. Oh yeah, no solder in automotive. They don't like using solder for the external headers. What they do is they just expand the pin in the hole. I don't know why they do that. It's probably more easy to service. It is just a green LED. It's just green. That's it. Why that LED? Why that weirdo? That one is orange. You guys can't really see it that clearly, but it is orange. Is this one a dual? Bicolor? Well, it looks like it's only hooked up one way. From here to here to here. Is it a sensor? No way. Ah! Beeping. Oh, those are continuity. These aren't. Sharper than a needle. Sharper than a needle. That's just stuck in my head. I'm sorry. Reminding me of my Apollo 440 addiction. I mean, clearly one of these and one of these. And it should probably light up orange, but it's just not. Huh, weird. Okay. Whatever. Anyway, the point is they're orange LEDs, clearly. I'm wondering if this one's bicolor. It lit up? Oh, I missed it. What was I connecting? Press fit is more reliable than a soldered connection due to the multiple point direct contact. While with soldered connections, you need to trust the solder not to break. I mean, yeah, a little bit of that, but I think mostly it's so that if they have to service the header, they can get it out. Because, well, also this is probably a lot cheaper than a wavetable soldering machine, like a wave soldering machine. Instead, you insert the pin and expand dong, and then you're done. It looks like this is a direct pin out. I thought there would be a brain. There is no brain. As is typical, there is no brain. So if we want to use the switch, we actually can, you know, plug it into our brain and make it work on the sim setup. That's interesting. Well, now I know, although I don't really have any use for it. But yeah, instead of like having a soldered header with plastic on it and having a wavetable soldering machine, they just throw this thing in here and expand on, and then it just stays in place, and then they'll marry that with their own plastic enclosure. Bada bing. Cheap way to do stuff at scale. Gives you the environmental resistances of it and stuff in case there's vibration or whatever. And I guess as an added bonus, although I don't think they're seeking it out, when you go to service it and you want to like replace pins on a header, you don't have to desolder the whole goddamn thing, which is like impossible to do. My brain hurts. Well, then go catch it. I didn't put the gasket in. I have to pop this back open. There we go. Then you had better go catch it. Ha 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 ha. Yeah. It's a funny joke. It's got this whole rubber gasket in here just to keep the light from bleeding into the other stuff. But doctor, I am Pegliani or whatever. I don't know what that guy, it might be a dual color because it goes into this big piece right here for the parking brake. So maybe it goes like red and green or something like that. That would be a sort of a logical thing for it to do. Ooh, crunchy. So yeah, that just goes this way and that way. And then this one just goes straight down. And it's all directly to the buttons with resistors in there. And then all the LEDs are also accessible on the outside pins. And we could reverse engineer that, but what am I gonna do with this? Actually, the one that I really want to do, where did that panel go? Somewhere around here, and I'm not sure where it ended up, I have the headlight panel from a BMW, and I definitely want to be using that thing in the setup as well. We might be able to hook it up to the rest of this stuff too, if this microcontroller has enough I/O on it for us to use. Is that an e-brake? We need that. I have an actual, like, physical e-brake, though. That's just the one in, you know, the automatic cars. It goes along with this thing, with our fuck button. The reason I call that a fuck button is because we programmed it to literally print the ASCII word F-bomb into our serial printout. All right, so what we got? We got a microcontroller, we got a breadboard. I need to make a wiring harness. And the way that I make wiring harnesses is with these hookup wire kits that you can buy and DuPont connectors, but my DuPont connector collection got so raided that I put the remnants into one of these bins and forgot to order more. So it's possible that we will be able to put all this stuff together today. I hope we'll be able to put it all together today. There's gonna be a little bit, Furball 5, OMG. It's possible we will not spend the whole stream crimping wires because these are DuPont wires, and DuPont wires are generally just a little bit kinder to crimping, I've found at least. Where's my crimp tool? Where are our crimp tool? What the? Oh, it's all the way over here. There you go. Crimp tool. Yeah. What the heck? Oh, this is just a little scrunchy, I guess. All right. Now, 5 pins, 5 pins, 5 pins. We need 2, 4, 5 5-pin connectors to start us off here. How do I get into the bin? There we go. Bothers one of the smarter streamers on Twitch. I can't get into this box. Help me, chat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so we need a bunch of these. If we have all of them, then we're good to go. Otherwise, we are SOL, and I need to order a kit. It's 3. This one is 4 pins. That one's also 5 pins. That's 4 5 pins. Is this it? This is it. 5 pins. All right, we're good to go. We got all the connectors that I need on this side. On the other side of this, I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what I'm gonna end up doing on the other side of this. Nor do I know what the pinout is really gonna be. So we might just crimp like a crimp and shrink wrap, maybe. Please tip $5 to help me get to the box. Chad, I need you to donate so that I can buy more headers. Please. What do I mean, I have IDC cable headers that I could potentially use. You know, I could put it all to, well, IDC is going to be really weird. I would rather the silicon wires so that it makes more of a harness, you know? Because yeah, this is all the stuff from doing modular synthesizers. And I could potentially use, you know, the ends of these things because they've got plenty of pins for me to use. The I don't care kits, yeah, this was, I see. But how many pins are we gonna need? Not 20. It's gonna be like 10 pins. It's like how many? Okay, hold on. What are we gonna need? What are we gonna need? So we need 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 pins. So we only need 13 pins. Legoland! I want one header with my name on it. 100 bits. Oh my God, that is, remember, bits are cents. So you just take the 2 zeros and it's $1. Thank you for mostly giving Twitch $1. But Legoland, your name is too long for me to fit on a header. That ain't happened. So it was, how many pins? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 pins. And I'm not sharing grounds. I'm just going to do them all directly to a header. 13 is annoying because these are 10, the little ones. These are 16, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, this is 16. So these will allow me to expand the system if I want to. I can expand it out to more things. I guess I won't be using the silicon jacketed wire then, because putting it into a header like this, actually we need to get a new one, new 16 pin header. That'll make our job just a little bit easier. And then I need one of the little locking tabs that go on top of this whole mess. And then we can put our jumper wires into that 16 pin header. Excuse me while I change my username. Man, with the old board, I feel like people were making, and I don't know if it's harder to do now, but people were making like dummy accounts on Twitch just to have something rude burnt into my board, which hey, listen, it's $5 a transaction. It costs you guys $5 of your hard-earned sprinkly dollars in order to make my automatic name burning machine kick into life and actually burn a name onto the board. I'm fine with people making 500 puppet accounts in order to burn things that will get the name eventually banned when it gets discovered what kind of rude thing you've put into that screen name. But yeah, I feel like there was a lot of manipulation on that front going on the original Burns of the Subs boards, because there are some funky ass names on those boards. I'm gonna have to pay heed to routing too. I don't know how this stuff is actually going to go down on the actual system itself. Let's get some little scraps of wire. We can use little scraps of IDC of I don't care connection. I get about half of it, yeah. I get about half of it, and then I gotta pay Uncle Sam for that half of the money that I get, because it is unreported gains until I pay taxes on it. So about a third of what I make gets siphoned out. And that sucks, and it's easy to complain about. A lot of complainers, a lot of streamers will complain about that, but it is, it pays for roads, it pays for schools. I'm fine with it. I'm totally fine with it. I don't make that much anyway. My taxes are like a comedy show. All right, so for each of these, how many do I need? How many wires do I need? How many wire? We're gonna make them out of power supply cables for modular synthesizers. I think those will do pretty good to set up our little test. Yeah, Pennsylvania and Rhodes is kind of a joke, but then you need to account for the electricity for burning the subs. I gotta pay for my own heat and electricity and facility costs. I wish I was a famous super duper streamer, because man, they make enough money to like live a normal life in this economy. I do not. So 3, 4. So it's 4 for that one, 4 for this one, 5 for the wiper stock. So 4, 4, and 5. Is that really 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's 4, 4, and 5. Okay, easy peasy. This will make our job a little bit easier. So this one is 5. That'll be our wiper stock. And then this one, that's 6 actually. How many is this? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we take 1 off of this one. Take 1. There's our 5. Did I take 2? I took 2. So this is one of our 4s. How did I accidentally take 2? I'm not sure. What I did with these are all the scraps from my power supply cables for the modular synthesizer, because it was cheaper for me to buy 6-pin header IDC cables, and then the what is it, the 10, 16 and 10 I ordered separately, and then I took them all apart, stripped off some of the wires from some of them, and then put all the connectors together, because the modular synthesizers have a 16-pin header, and that has 2 pins dedicated to -12, 6 pins for ground, and then 2 pins for +12, and then above that you get 5 volts and internal routing lines, which you don't need. All you need is negative and +12, and then you can make your own 5 volts or 3 volts or whatever flavor of voltage you need to run your synthesizer. So generally, people use the smaller plugs, but then that makes it so that you have to make all this weird stuff. Anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 2 right there. Gonad would have me including extra wires just in case, but for this test setup, we're just going to do it like this. Maybe in the future I can do like my own wiring with stuff like this, but it turns out I'm gonna have to go and buy another kit in order to make that happen. So we're kind of scrapping it right now. We're being scrappy. What flavor of voltage is the tastiest? I mean, I'm going to say 9. 9 volts is the tastiest, because that's the one that I've tasted more often than others. You get the 9-volt battery and you put your tongue to it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I actually want 5 on this one. So I need to make sure to only take 1. All right, there we go. Because we don't have enough of these. All right, cool. So now I'm just going to put these next to each other and close the crimp. Wait, that one's 5. So it's 5, 4, and 4. Double check before I commit. The Mountain Dew voltage. Oh yeah, that's right. They have flavors like voltage and I don't know, fire. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, yeah. 4, 4, 5. 4, 4, 5. It's weird to me that BMW did this.